back, and today we're making mango chicken curry. Let's talk about what we need. Well, obviously, first of all, you need chicken. The recipe says you could use chicken breast if you want, but chicken breast sucks. Anyway, back to the ingredients. So, first thing the recipe mentions is coconut oil. Let me tell you something about coconut oil. If you do not move quickly enough at the stove, it's going to smoke. So I'm using avocado oil instead because it has a much higher smoke point. I think you could probably use canola oil or vegetable oil if you wanted to also. 4 cloves of garlic, 4 tablespoons of ginger. I was gonna use the powdered stuff. You could do that instead if you wanted to. 2 tablespoons of curry powder, 1 tablespoon each of salt and pepper. I have coarse ground salt. I'm not really sure if that's the best option, but I already poured it, so we're going with it. Then they tell you to use either 3 ripe mangoes or 3 cups of frozen thawed mangoes. And let me just tell you, having gone the frozen mango route, I would definitely recommend the fresh mangoes if you haven't already shopped. This shit was all stuck together. I had to bang on it. I stuck this big metal spoon and I until I got 3 cups. So do whatever you want, but in the future, I would probably prefer to just use a fresh mango. Then we want a, well, the recipe says 14-ounce can of coconut milk. I am cheating because my can was 13.5 ounces. And then the last thing that they say we need is minced cilantro. I actually forgot to prepare that. I think that's for garnish, and I might even skip it. So I'm gonna chop up my onion, peel the ginger, cut that up, get the garlic ready, and then I will see you over at the stove. All right, guys, I am back. We're at the stove now. As you're watching this video, it probably hasn't progressed too much in time, but the truth is it took me almost an hour to chop all of that garlic and ginger and onion. Thank you for asking. I did freshen up my wine, so we're good to go there. So anyway, let's get to the cooking. We're gonna warm this up a little bit, and then I'm gonna add in some avocado oil. Okay, it's probably hot enough now. We're gonna be a little generous. We're feeling bougie today. Sorry, I'm looking in the wrong place because I flipped my phone. Normally I put the lens over here, but today it's over here. So we wanna add onion, garlic, and ginger. This doesn't look as aesthetic as I wish it did. Woo! The onion was too big to fit into these little glass bowls, and like, we don't have a dishwasher. I'm not getting another bowl out. So anyway, this one has onion and garlic. This one has onion. Oh, this one's just onion. Don't worry, I'll scrape these. And this one has onion and ginger. You guys, I have been wanting to make this recipe literally now for months. I found this recipe over the summer and printed it out, and then I was just too intimidated and I never made it. I don't know why. I will tell you, Billy doesn't really like fruity or sweet dinners, so that kind of deterred me. So anyway, you guys will definitely get a really good review because I'm interested in eating this, but Billy isn't. So it's gonna give you, the perspectives of both sides of the spectrum. I will tell you, it smells good so far. I love the smell of garlic. So we want to keep cooking this, by the way, until the onion is translucent. So that's what we're going for here. We're gonna have another sip of wine because if you don't, the thing with wine is if you don't keep drinking, you're gonna fall asleep. And we don't want to fall asleep while we're cooking. Also, okay, this is a weird part of the video to do this, but like whatever. I forgot to address this earlier. My channel recently got a bunch of new subscribers. I still can't believe it. I had a YouTube short that the algorithm pushed out, and I got almost 100 new subscribers in a week, and that's the fastest I've ever grown. And I just want to say thank you to all of those people who subscribed. I have a feeling you're probably not watching this video because a lot of the times when people subscribe from shorts, they don't necessarily watch the full-length videos. So I know this video is probably going to have like 30 views, but if you happen to be a new subscriber, welcome and thank you. I'm so excited. I'm so happy you're here. It means a lot to me. I know the channel, it still looks small to a lot of people because I have like 390 subscribers at the time that I'm recording this. So like obviously not the largest channel in the world, but that's a lot of people, and thank you. Okay, I'm scared we're gonna start burning the garlic. I don't want that to happen. I think we're ready to move on to the next step. So I'm gonna shut the flame for a second. Okay, I gotta figure out how we're gonna get this on camera. Let's see. I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna put on the kitchen light so you can see. Hello, now I look old. All right, we have to transfer this to the blender. So I'm gonna try to do that without making a mess. This is really awkward. Shit. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm an idiot. I wasted way too much time chopping the garlic and really chopping the ginger, because the recipe says transfer the onions to your blender, but like obviously you're not fishing out the onions, you're transferring everything that was just in the pot to the blender. So don't be stupid like me. Don't waste a lot of time chopping up garlic and ginger. You could leave it big. It's fine, because you're gonna fucking put it in a blender anyway. The recipe author and I, we're both gonna shoulder the blame for this one. So anyway, now we want to add curry powder in, salt and pepper. And by the way, when I originally planned to make this video, I was gonna use an immersion blender and just do this all while it was on the stove, because I don't really like the idea of putting hot food in our plastic blender. But then I realized it's not gonna get as smooth if I use the immersion blender. And if you guys saw my butternut squash video, then you know that like if I use an immersion blender, it's gonna get everywhere. So today I decided, you know what? Why am I making more problems for myself? We're just gonna use the blender, and we're gonna pray to God that we don't get cancer from cooking in plastic. And now we need a cup of the mangoes. Shit, I put my measuring cup in the sink already. It's about a cup. Where did I put the recipe? And we want to add the coconut milk. This shit is so chunky, by the way. Okay, and now it says to blend on high until smooth. Why is this so difficult? Yeah, that looks smooth. All right, we need one of those scrapers. This one's fun. It says Merry Christmas. So now the recipe says to return the sauce to the pan. I guess we could turn the heat back on. They don't say what temperature to use. I'm just gonna use medium high. And like, I'm real thrifty because I'm poor, so we're gonna scrape this. In we go. We don't want that to burn. I remember the recipe says something about adding half a cup of water, so I'm gonna leave this. We'll just add it to the blender and then pour that in so we can get the rest of the sauce out. Okay, you guys, it's time for the star of the show, the chicken. I almost threw this out. This is not garbage. Yuck. All right, half a cup of filtered water, because there's no reason to use tap water here. All right, they say to stir this, which makes sense because the chicken is like not evenly distributed. This smells really good so far. I'm impressed. I'm very excited. This is a raw chicken spoon, so this goes in the sink now. Sorry, I keep looking in the wrong place. Okay guys, so now we want to cover this pan and cook it for 15 minutes. So I'm gonna set a timer. It says to like stir occasionally. I'm probably not gonna do that. Okay guys, so the timer just went off. Let's see if the chicken, ooh, is cooked. This is bubbling, so I guess that's a good sign. I don't think the chicken's cooked yet. It's saying the chicken's 140. It's supposed to be 165. Ooh, that one piece is 175. How is one piece 175 and then the other piece is like 130? What's going on? Oh shit, we had two pieces on top of each other. That's why. Fuck. I guess I should have stirred it after all. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess another like 5 minutes should do it, right? Just make sure nobody's overlapped this time. Yeah, I'm gonna set a 5-minute timer. Okay guys, the timer just went off. I used the meat thermometer. All of the chicken is now finally cooked and safe to eat. So the next step, I don't know if it's supposed to be bubbling. It is bubbling. I don't know if I'm supposed to do anything about that, but the next step is to add the rest of the mango. So here we go. Ooh, look, that one little piece is white. We wanna add this. Duh, I just said that. We're adding this in and we're almost ready to serve this with our microwaved rice. I'm just gonna give this a little stir around the pot. Guys, I'm so excited to eat this. And I have to pee really bad, so I'm glad it's finally done. I don't know how long to continue cooking with the newly added mango. This is an interesting sauce though. There's a lot of sauce here. I really, really hope Billy likes this because there's a lot of food here. And the recipe says it lasts something like 2 to 3 days in the fridge. I'm like, that's not a lot of time. I hope this is good. So, okay, I'm gonna let this warm up and I'll see you guys in the taste test. I'm giving it a 2-minute timer. All right, so what do you think from the smell and the look?
Smells really good. I think we might need knives. This is a big piece of chicken. No, I don't want to use that.
It didn't say to cut it.
It's the first time she made this. Can you tell?
Can you tell? You got a lot of sauce in your bowl. I hope you like it. I gave you extra.
Trying to get sauce, rice, cilantro, and chicken.
All right, here we go. It's a little spicy. From the black pepper, I guess?
I don't get that yet.
I don't taste the mango yet.
I don't taste mango. Oh, I got spice. Ooh.
This doesn't have as much flavor as I thought it would.
I almost feel like there's no flavor to the sauce. Like there's a little bit of heat. It's like missing
I'm a little
something.
disappointed. I thought it was gonna have a lot of flavor. It was kind of a letdown. It's not sweet. There's no flavor at all.
Yeah, I need to add like sriracha or something.
I'm so disappointed. And Billy laughed.